Welcome, Digimon Tamers. We're here with Pro Play Games at Tampa's TCG Con, coming to you live with some Digimon here in round 7. I'm joined by my buddy here,
Fernando Fuentes.
Mr. Free himself, and myself. I'm Yadam. I'm here with Team PPG.
His name is Yeehaw Yadam. Coming at you live from Pro Play Tour 2022. We're watching some Digimon action.
All right, let's get to it.
This is the first round that we are here commentating in round 7. And honestly, this matchup is incredibly interesting, simply because the purple player. Do you know if he's undefeated or not?
These guys are both undefeated.
Yeah.
This is after 7 rounds of Swiss. This is an 140 player tournament of Digimon, EX1 legal, and look at what's in the top table. It's unbelievable. Did you see that Lady Devi that's in the back?
Yes. So that Lady Devi was actually an incredibly good addition from EX1. I was actually wanted to point out that was an important Jax raid in security.
Yeah, that Jack raid, really, really big. It's going to make this Tidamon play. Let's see if it gets a little bit more powerful. He's triggering us a couple effects here.
Okay, it has to not pass turn, I believe.
Yeah, hopefully it. Oh no, but that lady, that's exactly what she does. So we're not passing turn just because of that Jack raid. By the way, that Jack raid would have choked us here and not made us be able to do this entire play. But here we're checking for 2 checks. We have King Kaku in the back, so we're going to pop a rookie, and we're ditching a card. And we're setting up that grave. We got Mastamon in the back, so it looks like It doesn't. I don't know if this is loot, but we have a couple interesting level 6s here.
He probably plays Mastamon just as additional copies of Tidamon, or vice versa.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what the numbers are. But Tidamon checking for 2s, living in through security, and we're checking. Oh man, we've cleared the board. He has a Tamer, but I'm pretty sure he put him to 2 memory with 3 Digimon on the board, with 1 that gets security plus 2.
Critically, there's no Agubond this turn because he just hatched, so he's going to have to play for a 2-turn comeback instead of a 1-turn. I don't know if he has that much leeway unless he has a removal spell here.
Yeah, he's going to have to use one of the very many powerful options that Red has to their disposal. If he whiffs on this right now, we might be looking at a game 2 Swift.
Yeah, speaking of that, these players are playing incredibly fast. Surely they not like how their decks works. I'm sure.
It's crazy.
I'm sure they don't know what the matchup is because it's quite the experimental matchup, I would say, looking at it. But
yeah, I mean, this matchup is not something that we've been playing for 3 months. It's something that maybe just started happening, 2 weeks ago at best. And the EX editions, he does have the Gaia Force. So this game is going to go on for maybe just a little longer unless we have some secret spice coming from the purple player.
I don't believe that just with 6 memory he can deal 4. He might be up to 3 damage right now, but
true, we don't have a white source to really use our broken band and Mega Digimon Fusion to our disposal. So I mean, if we did have it, we just drew some really good cards. We're activating Graceful Charity right here.
It also depends because we don't know if this is. I mean, it looks like it's loot, but I haven't seen Lilith exactly yet.
The fact that what is that card? Is that 60%?
Yeah, that is 60%.
Oh, this guy is gaming.
I've seen a lot of people actually split Fusion at 2, 60% at 1, just for a little bit more of a mid-rangey game plan.
Oh, so they can work on level 6s. Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, so we are looping. We just hit a Lilith.
Okay, I'm gonna just call it that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think we can. I mean, we don't have a white source, which is kind of interesting. But when Lilith gets to do this play, it's most likely game. It's kind of interesting also that the level 4 that he has on board that he's chosen is the 5K blocker. We really don't see those much nowadays.
I'm actually thinking that he evolved that and then drew into Lilith maybe because there was no reason to spend the memory first, but.
Okay, let's see what's on the mills. There's a Wizardmon in this deck. This deck is playing some interesting champion lineups.
Since this deck draws so many cards, maybe he's playing a lot of choices.
Yeah. It's without the deck list in our hands, it's very, very difficult. But we're seeing obviously here that he's making some good choices. This man is undefeated. I mean, I am not questioning him whatsoever. But we do have a critical turn happening here from the red player. We have 4 Digimon to 2 security. Something needs to happen. Something needs to give.
So he actually has Fusion in his hand, and he chose to pass turn on the Zord.
Oh, does he have it? I don't see it. I mean, remember, again, no white source.
So, maybe
no white source, no white source.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have our new beautiful, my favorite card in the game, Analog Boy, is now available.
Also my favorite card of the game.
Yeah, it is coming. It's coming to a store near you, bro. That card is a 2-card pot of duality
you
that
can definitely
trashes.
call us analog boys.
Yeah, we are the analog boys. Also, he is choosing to say this turn is going to be a big turn. He's going to trash the 2 security when he goes to his bond,
But does he
going to
have
0.
possibilities of winning, or does that seal the game for the purple player? I'm not sure.
I mean, I've seen 2 heal cards come out of the bond player, so we know he plays some sort of healing. It's the dragon, which is an 11 cost, but as being at 0, I don't think that we're playing that card anyways. But we'll see what happens here. We're going to trash we're going to delete it to trash 1. Oh, it was a Mega Diffusion, and we're gonna check twice here.
For the whole stack.
Yeah, we're finishing the stack right here.
Well,
maybe
if he has Gravity Crush,
if he has the
Aguni,
yeah, if it's
maybe?
literally Gravity Aguni, I am going to scream. That would be crazy.
That's why he's undefeated.
Yeah, that's why this guy's undefeated. Okay, all right. So they handshake. We're going into game 2. He showed the Aguni. He just needed, funnily enough, Gravity Crush. I've been making fun of this card for so long, but I started as a meme. But here we are. That card is unironically stealing games left and right at our locals. It is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure one time I told my opponent, what are you going to do? I put him to 1, and I'm like, what are you going to do? Gravity Crush, Evolve Jessamon? And he actually just did that. It was ridiculous.
Did he mention that he was doing it? He just showed it to the table, and then you were like,
no, I just started laughing. I even told him, I was like, what are you going to do right now? It was ridiculous. But yeah, he proceeded to game me because of Gravity
I believe he won that turn. I won't question it.
Oh, man. You think you're safe at 1, but Gravity Crush, funnily enough, there is the drawback of gaining the 2, but that card does not care. The turn is over. That card is getting played.
Fundamentally, Red's power plays are so strong that the game limits them by giving them less memory options than other decks have. For example, Jack's Raid. There's not a card like that in Red, simply because the tempo swing would be too large, I feel. So a card like Gravity Crush, even with such a large downside, does afford Red one of its only few ways to gain memory in a turn. So even a card like that can see play. Like,
no, of
just
course.
Red needs
it needs something. Yeah, I mean, Red lacks on like two big factors: the card draw aspect and of course the memory gain aspect. But we can totally bypass that with this Tide Tamer, Gravity Crush. I mean, they're not the best options, but we're getting by. Obviously,
I would even argue the reason why from what I've seen from this floor, I would say that most people are playing the Bond deck simply because of their card acceleration. They just draw so many cards.
Yeah.
And I think specifically Agubond versus Jessamon, Agubond may perform better in this tournament simply because it
doesn't have to go up the chain, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
You need way less pieces, but definitely Jessamon is also something not to sleep on. The deck can really have some insanely powerful turns, and especially with the addition of program shutdown and their access to infinity white sources. We might see some crazy stuff coming up in the future of Nationals.
That's true. This is technically the largest precursor tournament to Nationals.
Here in the U.S., I mean, the European Nationals just concluded, as well as the Latin American, so we can obviously get some ideas of what's going to happen there, but this tournament, our eyes should be here. We'll see how this one performs and maybe get some ideas to see what people are going to be playing at Nats.
So all right. Just shuffling up very quickly. I just want to give a shout out. That mat on the right is...
That mat is gas.
Yes.
That mat is gas. I think we were judging a little earlier because the stream wasn't up, and I passed by him, saw his mat. He wasn't at the top tables at this point in time, but I knew he was at the top tables with a mat like that.
No, wherever he says is the top table.
All right, so we're just getting the security ready. Excellent. Oh man, that's an interesting little style of doing it. All right.
How do you set up your security?
I mean, it wasn't the way I set it up. It's just he was kind of like flicking 10 cards. It was really interesting the way he counted them. I mean, something I don't really see often. All right, so we're starting with a Digimon. I mean, there are such a... I got to see what his deck list is, man. The rookie count is definitely very interesting.
That's for sure.
This guy is, honestly, a Swiss Army knife. Okay.
And there's an Agumon.
And there's yes. Yes. Do you think he plays that at 4 or 4? Oh, Agumon into Tamer. Very strong turn 1. We've climbed up to 5. No problem.
So I would say they both have their most optimal openings.
Oh my goodness. So the opener on the purple, I see a Wizard and Gazi being discarded for effect, triggering the level 4 to gain a memory, triggering the Suna to draw a card, and I see Analog, I see 60%, I see Taida in hand. That guy is going sicko mode.
The red player has to end this game quickly. Let's see if he has security attack +1 Greymon. And there it is.
Oh my goodness, he just does have it.
His
All
turn does
right.
not end because of the Tie Tamer, and now we check.
And we'll draw a card off of the Koro. 2 quick
Survive?
checks, and the Digimon just survived. 7K is actually, oh
And
my,
the removal spell,
that is huge.
huge.
Yeah, 2 checks, lives, and it has a removal spell. Now it's putting purple on the back foot. Purple needs to answer this card unless he's going to take another 2 checks or set up.
I would be incredibly surprised if with the number of text choices he has removal spells in his deck as well. So
True.
I would venture to guess red is significantly ahead right now.
At this point in time, I mean, we see the white swords coming down for 2 memory, accelerating his game plan. He has 2 of them. We're just putting cards in the graveyard, unbreaking maybe. I think I would hear maybe go for the 1-drop. You know, the 1-drop evolve. Really would just let us speed into our next play, unless he wants to try and choke and leave his opponent at 1. Tough call.
Yeah. I would say that there's no real fear in giving him a slight more memory this turn. In fact, I think this is the only turn that he has left in the game to put the opponent at more than 1.
Okay, he chose to go for the choke. I mean,
so,
that champion is also really important. It does a lot. It deals with rookies. I mean, maybe that's what he's thinking. He's thinking, well, somehow this Greymon's going to swing. It's going to die. He's going to hard play a rookie, and then I'm going to be on the forefront using this.
What's huge is that even if there's something like a Jax Raid insecurity, the Greymon's second attack will still go through, setting up a bond for lethal. So.
Oh, so the Greymon just gets the second check. I mean, it dies, but it did what it needed to do, setting up the immediate lethal if he goes to 3 memory. So his opponent can no longer put him to 2 and above.
If the opponent has a Marcus, then that should be just game on the spot.
We'll see if he has any sort of memory tamer.
Do you think the purple player has access to Magnetron or anything like that? Probably not.
Oh.
It's just so not enough space for a deck like that.
There's definitely no way. I mean, he also choked him, so seeing his hand, he obviously doesn't have the champion that gains memory, so I think there's no possible way they can go less than 2, unless, oh, he's going to pop a Jack Raid. Forgive me.
I understand why the Agubond player did not choose to play just a rookie in pass, because both memory and also the fact that it gets destroyed for free. But I feel like playing a Greymon in the back row makes him unable to bond, so I'm not 100% too sure.
I think I'm seeing an Aguni Lethal. I think I smell an Aguni Lethal coming. I think I'm smelling an Aguni Lethal because that Greymon's going to go up. It's going to go ahead and state that we are sorry, a little technical difficulty there. It's going to state that we're at 2 memory no matter what. The Greymon's going to check that last security, and unless he has a blocker, Aguni's going to go for a game. Funnily enough, we do get the 60% off into a Lady Devi for free, guys. Absolutely broken.
That's insane.
It's actually crazy. And the purple player has decided, well, you know what? Enough's enough. Gonna go ditch some cards and put you to 4. Let's see if he has
a blocker.
So he has blocker. He's triggering the retaliation effect. That's actually insanely
that is
broken.
Massive. Yes, that's great.
What is that?
So he stacked it in such a way where he could bring it back onto the blocker that he was reviving. Those
oh my God, that guy! I mean, I can see why this man is at table 1. That was a crazy strong play.
I'm trying to think. So at 5, he has Atomic Blast or lethal.
Well, it's not necessarily lethal yet, unless he has he still needs again. The Gravity Crush.
Yeah.
Unironically,
2 games in a row.
2 games in a row where we can swing for lethal if we have the access to Gravity Crush as well as Atomic Blaster. But we're asking a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and check. He's gonna take this trade. No, the retaliation's gonna. That was a very strong play from the purple player. Okay, another technical difficulty here. I don't know if Fernando's kicking the cords or what.
Am I the culprit to all of this madness?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna see if I can plug this in. Obviously, I'm not technically savvy, but hold up. Let me see if we can go ahead and fix this. Give me 1 sec, guys. No, I think we just got a little too excited and we kicked the camera there, man. No, I don't think that pause was brought to you by Fernando, but sorry about that, guys. So passing the turn, we're playing rookies. He must have had some kill spot. I see a Gaia Force in the graveyard, so I see how we somehow finagled our way to getting some more turns.
No?
Yeah, no, I mean, you could say that's a bad thing, but you can also say it's a good thing.
It's the only thing keeping me alive right now.
I mean, there's a level 5 in the back. We got 2 analogs. If this man's got a level 6 into Mega Digimon Fusion, this guy's about to get looped.
What I have noticed is that when either of the Bond decks use a removal spell, it's not necessarily to keep themselves alive more than 1 turn, but that 1 turn respite lets them either hatch the egg or promote the egg they need to go for lethal. So that's why removal spells, even though they're not that efficient in an aggregate deck like that one, they're very pivotal for that, extra 1 turn that they need. So.
No, of course. See, at a point like this where we're staring down 1 security, we have a rookie set up in the back, double tamer, and a memory tamer.
Oh,
It's very difficult. The Atomic Blaster is a huge hit here.
that was very important. Wow.
Well, Analog Boy is going to keep the turn going, though.
Oh, okay.
The boys. See that? One of them is myself, and the other one is Fernando.
It's actually
That's why
a
there's two.
very curious play. Can you choose not to blaster in that scenario? Not to give him the
Unfortunately, you
extra
cannot.
mana, or you have to cast it?
Many Digimon cards don't say you may. They say you
like
must. It just does
Use this.
activate. When this card activates, it just activate.
So that's interesting.
So the Agumon will change here, and that Aguni I've been smelling for like 14 turns finally comes down. So I see we're going to go into finally a game 3. Oof. It's honestly a really tough matchup. It can go either way. If the loop player gets the crazy pivotal pieces he needs and just kind of RNGs his way out of the early game with Win Rate and Mega Digimon Fusion, pushing him into the late game, he can easily steal it from the Agumon. But I think with the massive amount of removal spells as well as the aggression that Agumon has at its disposal, that the matchup really ends up being very even.
You think so? I feel Purple traditionally has a difficult time against rush-style strategies, but Agubond can have those hands where it's also the control player, like alongside
they
the
become
purple player.
Yeah.
So he really just the Agubond player does need to get the security +1 Greymon, some sort of like tempo advantage in the early game.
Exactly.
He can't just go pass a couple of times, or he's gonna.
He can't just go tamer pass,
comboed,
tamer
yeah.
pass. Exactly. It gives it too much time to the loop deck. So you want to be aggressive, but sometimes the deck gives you 4 options, and none of the options say play a Digimon.
Yeah.
So we do what we can. So we're getting a quick little pile shuffle here, quick little riffle. But good luck to both of our players. Honestly, round 7, going undefeated. These guys are champions no matter what. It takes a strong mental toll.
They're in top no matter what, I'm pretty sure.
No, they're both in top no matter what. So we will
stress here, but obviously they want to.
Of course, I mean, you want to be undefeated after Swiss. That's a big accomplishment, no matter what. Either way, they're going to be in the top cut, and we'll probably be commentating them in the near future, but definitely want to go for the gold, the XO.
As you are no longer the new purple player, you're the experienced purple player. How do you feel about this deck so far? I know you don't have the deck list, but you do have some strong opinions about ratios.
Oh man,
So
I've been trying to rein him back, because obviously this guy knows something I don't. That
So
retaliation 5K blocker was absolutely crazy of a play.
That was a great play, and it was sequenced perfectly to get the retaliation under the blocker that he just brought back that turn.
Exactly.
So with the aggression from the level 6. So
I mean, I'm a fan of Skull Greymon. I'm just also a fan of Vilemon, to be honest with you. I'm also a huge fan of Mechanorimon. I like these weird 6K blockers that really, put a hold on these
5K
aggro decks.
blockers incredibly unreliable in this format because of things like Bauhuck, but
Exactly. That's that. I mean, Bauhuck, Nidhogg. I mean, I don't expect you to see much green in a tournament like this, especially in the top tables, because people just are not playing it. But those cards are easy targets, easy pickings for those 2 very, very strong and popular cards. The issue is these 6K blockers do have that the fact that they're 1 cost more, and maybe he decided that 1 cost was too much.
it matters a lot in a deck where you need 10 cards in discard to gain 1. Having 1 naturally is pretty good.
I mean, you're not wrong. That 1 cost that you're saving is 1 cost you're saving for the entire game. It's actually just a Hammer Spark.
Yeah.
We're just discounting here. This is a Geico blocker. All right, so far we've got 1 quick check-in with a champion on the purple side. We're at, I believe, 3 memory from the red player. Got a tamer up. We got one of the stronger Agumons, but no champion, it seems. We're swinging it in. No effect, really. We're discarding that Lilith. We're going to see where he goes from here. I saw his eyes widen as he was ready. I don't know if you saw it, but he was like, I guess.
That's happening. Both decks actually having a somewhat dysfunctional start here. Not as optimal as in game 2, but
I mean, it's not as optimal, but the purple player is definitely not losing out on the rookies, which is very, very important with these strong combo decks. Putting him to 1 on double Gabu, very, very strong. If he starts evolving on him,
they're both stuck on champions right now. If I had to guess, actually,
I don't know if the purple player truly is, but it definitely is looking like a rookie rush versus rookie rush scenario. Okay. All right, let's see if. I mean, he obviously kept the Tsunamon for a reason. Let's hope that. I mean, I can see that he's missing champions in his hand. He has every other piece, I think.
He might be considering hard casting a Lady Devi, and he does.
This man has decided correctly. I think this is a very good turn for it. It baits a spell. He obviously knows his opponent's having difficulty with champions, but I guess we'll see where we go from here.
Threat on the way back from the red player. However, if that Lady Digimon does not survive the turn, it is incredibly...
I think we might just be cooked. Oh, but we finally see a champion coming from the red side. Coral's on the egg, so we might just see a chain of draws here that really does get us there. It is a security +2, but it hits the white source. And we also see a 4 on the back, so we have both players have immediately just unbricked.
Yeah, definitely the red player must win this turn, I feel.
Oh my goodness, double analog. He gets to see everything he wants. He gets a 6 of his choice, a 4 of his choice.
Now, for sure.
He has the 5 on board. I mean, he has to be set up. There has to be a kill spell here. If we're missing out on the kill spell, I don't know what's going to happen from here.
I know. There's going to be a lot of memory in one direction.
Those jack raids are coming, and they're coming fast. So let's see where this is going, though. Obviously, the red player has to...
He has shown that he has a lot of removal spells compared to a regular Agubond deck, so...
But that's what makes this deck interesting. Oh, he's playing a Memory Tamer, and he's choking him to 1.
Confidence. Okay.
The choke to 1 is really important here, but let's see if his opponent just has the outs. Oh, I think I see a Manoa Bellucci on the purple side. Interesting. He's playing the white Memory Tamer as well.
Older choice, but definitely still good. So.
Yeah, an old tech, but a relevant one nonetheless, you know? All right. Let's see if we have a couple. Oh, okay. He's decided to clear. Fair enough.
Board control, which is fine.
I mean, fair enough. He does have 3 Tamers. He can go to less than 3, but he can't double a Goonie for game at that scenario. But he does have to deal with both cards on board.
In fact, he couldn't deal with both Agu and Gray with just his field because that Agu is 4K.
Yeah,
so
how crazy is that Agumon? I mean, that Agumon.
2-drop 4K?
2-drop 4K is insane.
They used to make fun of those.
Oh. All right, let's see where we're at. Oh my goodness, so he just tied him on. He's getting the effects off. I mean, he has a Skull Gray sequence there. He's gaining the memory off the promote. He's keeping him at 3. He was going to 3 anyway, so I guess he decided it's time for me to get at least a 6, potentially Mega Digimon Fusion in the future.
There was no blocker in discard, I feel. That has to be the only
don't
reason.
know if there wasn't. I don't know if there wasn't, but I guess, I mean, obviously.
Either way, he chose to.
He chose this play regardless.
So
I mean, he did have the Skull Gray on the discard, so he could have made that. If he had the access to that play, I believe he would have made that play, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like it's more, he read the Agubond player's hand, said, just better have it. And
yeah, but I think this man is just a Goonie Moning again. I'm not going to lie. That card is absolutely crazy.
Does he have it? Does he have it?
I mean, he was choking on champions for a long time. He might not have it. Funnily enough.
He would have already gone for it, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, he doesn't seem as confident or happy at this moment. So... Okay. That play was a little strange.
Well, he has to build combo off of the Genkaku here if he really wanted to, or he
this Genkaku swinging is important, and this needs to die. This is a super big moment. If this is Gaia Force, that might just be a wrap. We're getting a memory off the very strong champion effects that are happening all over the board. I mean, Atomic Blaster is absolutely fine here. The Genkaku needed to die anyways. Who cares? As long as Tidamon lives, I think we're not too sad.
So you think he's Zording
and
over?
We're going here. Okay. That's a banned card. That card is banned, sir, but I mean, not for this event. Zord coming out for free is absolutely insane. We're still at 8 memory, by the way.
He hasn't shown Jax's, though, so I don't know how far he can take this combo without digging a little farther into his deck.
Well, I mean, he summoned a Lady Devi and a Promote. The Promote's going to trigger here, and we know he has both pieces under, so he's going to draw a card and get into the memory, pushing him to 9. And we have his Ward on board that can attack still.
For sure.
That is kind of crazy. So, we don't know if there's another 6 in hand. That's also another crazy thing. Yeah. We don't know if there's just another 6. And he says, I actually just do have another 6, brother. So, Mastamon, oh my goodness, the Gaia Force. Holy moly. That's kind of crazy.
That was a fantastic.
Okay, Mastamon something back to Gazimon, triggering the effect of Lady Devi to gain a memory. And here we go. We got 2 swings. Evolving here with the Lady Devi on top, activating Graceful Charity. Let's see how far it takes us. Maybe we can get to another Zwart potentially. We still have access to white sources, and Mega Digimon Fusion is another card that is not once per turn.
Definitely multiple times per turn.
Definitely multiple times per turn if you've ever played Lu. All right, so but he just has the 6 here, deleting the dragon using Zwart's effect. 1 check. Gaia Force, double Gaia Force in security. This is kind of crazy.
Insane. I would say the level 5. Just
I think that is the biggest. It has to be. I don't want to speak too loud because we're sitting kind of close. What is happening? Okay, I think the level 5 chose Infinity Threat. He's gonna trigger the boys.
The boys.
The boys are back in town, dude, and he's going up to 6 memory. Hatching an egg. He's further breaking his hand. And this turn is absolutely crazy. That's why I was very afraid of when he put that dragon on board. It would be too much memory. He something another promote. Every rookie is a promote at this point. Check. It dies, but I guess that's fine. We know he has a Tidamon in hand, but we're at 3 memory. Not that it matters because the Tidamon's going to allow him to gain a memory off of the promote summon.
When the promote comes back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we just got to make sure we do one more check. We're 1 check off of lethal. I think he's thinking about it. Let's see where he goes. A lot of pressure. A lot of people crowding the top table. They want to see their champ.
Of round 7, yeah.
Of round 7. I mean, yes. Like the Swiss champ is kind of OP, and this guy, he just has the 60%er. He says my Tidamon is coming out for free.
I feel like his win rate is a little higher than 60% right now, but we'll go.
Wait a minute. The Bellucci discard is a little bizarre. Hold up. Oh, I think he caught it. All right, good. Okay. He discarded the purple card. Excellent. It's not just discard any card. All right, Tidamon's going to trigger here. He's going to dump a level 4. Dumping the Digimon. We're going to summon the promote for sure.
Yeah, he has to keep his turn.
No, he will anyway. Well, he's going to keep the turn anyways, but we've got to keep the aggression forward. So we're going to gain a memory, draw a card here, go to 2, and if I see a Mega Digimon fusion, I think this was a reversal. All right.
Last one.
Oh, it doesn't die. It doesn't die, but that's fine.
Okay.
There's another one in grave.
Is there a full stack in this card? I guess it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if he has the Mega Digimon fusion. We're good no matter what.
Fusion's word is lethal here.
Let's see. This is kind of scary. Oh, he's just going to say, I'm going to hard play a blocker. It looks like he was just a little close, a little shy of lethal here.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised at what's going on here, but the Agumond's going to promote. I find it very hard to believe that he doesn't have a bond at this point. We'll see what he goes for from here.
He just shook his head, so I don't know. He does not inspire confidence right
now.
now.
Man, those movements do not inspire confidence at all. He needs 2 checks to win this game. Just 2 checks, and we have 1 on board for sure. That Digimon swinging needs to be blocked no matter what.
There has to be an unbelievably low chance that he doesn't have a Goonie or a Bond here. He has to have one of those, or a way to draw cards.
I mean, maybe we're evolving a champion here for 1 more dig. I mean, we have infinity memory at this point. That's the problem that Red struggles with. You can give them as much memory as they want, but if they don't have the cards to kill you, what are they doing?
Any rush creatures they can convert. So
Exactly.
Or hybrids.
I mean, I think he's just looking at his hand. It's looking like he has very limited options here. So it's going to come off the top of the deck if this game ends.
It's even that greater frustration when you know you weren't supposed to get a turn back from that purple combo, and you do, and now you don't have the pieces.
Well, I mean, he also did give purple the time by giving him 7 memory or something with the heal. He was at 3 HP, and maybe his hand is really just that abysmal.
That is what I'm going to go with for right now. But
I am going to
surprises us.
I don't know.
This will be the greatest Bond slow roll of all time.
Oh man, if he has Bond in hand, he's troll rolling it. He's not only our champion, he is our master troll. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think he would do that.
And that's why he would be undefeated, really.
Oh, but what we have it anyways. He found lethal. Atomic Blaster was just game. I think he was just thinking about it a little too hard. He was thinking just Bond or Agunimon, but sometimes deleting the blocker is just enough.
Removal spell's good enough?
He was at too much memory. That blocker coming out for 6 memory was a little bit too much.
Oh, now I'm wondering actually.
So both players shaking, both players in a little bit of disbelief. The crowd's around them, and Agubond going undefeated in Swiss. Ladies and gentlemen, in a format where blue is and Ice Wall is at 4, Agumon says, I don't need any band cards.
We play fair here.
We play fair here. What the heck? Do they actually not have any band cards?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, my goodness.
Not in this red in particular.
That is, wow, this guy is crazy. Also, that altar, beautiful.
I'm starting to think, do you think there's a world where he could have Tidamon for a 3, paid only 1 for that block and played another blocker from his hand? Maybe if they had access to it, maybe that would have given him 2 blockers. I
see that he just played a Zword on board. Maybe instead of just hard playing the blocker, he could have also just hard evolved into a Zword, maybe brought back some blockers, 2 blockers.
Because let's think about it from that perspective. I believe even if he only had 1 blocker in discard, he could have hoped to just hard mill the second one.
I mean,
off of the Zword
this is also, I think you have to take the variance at that point because you know you're dead with 1 blocker on board. 2 Bond, 2 Aguni. And obviously to Atomic Blaster.
Any removal?
Well, not Guy Force.
I think he was at 8 though.
Oh, if he was at, I think it was at 7.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but still, either way, good showing from both of these players. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we're going to start our top 8 playout. We're going to see where these decks go from here. All right, guys? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.